Have you ever found yourself kind of stuck between two extremes? On one side, you've got the total chaos of AI-generated video, and on the other, the super slow manual grind of traditional editing. Well, today, we're going to explore a third path. It's not about magic, it's not about tedious timelines. It's a whole new structured way to create that gives you, the creator, a powerful new kind of control.
So to really get why this new approach is such a big deal, we first have to talk about the core problem that so many creators are facing. It really does feel like you're caught between a rock and a hard place. And this slide just nails that dilemma, right? On one side, you have the quote-unquote magic black box, some of these AI tools. You get something that looks amazing, but you have basically zero control. Need to tweak one tiny thing? Forget about it. You got to regenerate the whole shebang. Then, on the other side, there's the classic timeline. Here you have all the control in the world, but man, is it tedious. You're literally adjusting every single second by hand. It's just so slow.
So you have to ask, right? Is there a better way? Is there some middle ground that gives us the best of both worlds, both the control and the efficiency?
And you know what? The answer is a resounding yes. There is a third way. And it's an approach built not on magic and not on manual labor, but on pure structure and logic. We're talking about building video programmatically.
Okay, so how does this actually work in the real world? Well, it really comes down to two key tools that work together perfectly. So, let's meet the dynamic duo that's making this whole new workflow possible, Remotion and Claude.
First up, let's talk about Remotion. The best way to think about it is as the architect for your video. So instead of you having to lay every single brick by hand, you just write the architectural plans, the blueprint. You set the rules, like, hey, the title should always be centered, and the computer does the heavy lifting, building the video for you, frame by perfect frame, every single time.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Writing plans with code sounds a little intimidating, but that's exactly where our second partner, Claude, comes into play. Claude is basically your personal translator. You just describe what you want, in plain English, and Claude translates your creative ideas into that structured code that Remotion needs to get the job done. So how exactly does Claude do this? Well, it's not just guessing. It's actually using a very specific set of instructions, almost like an instruction manual for professional video creation. It knows about timing, animation, layout, all of it. But here's the really crucial part to understand. Claude writes the blueprint. It does not render the final video. Think of it as the planner, not the builder.
Okay, so let's put all the pieces together. What does this whole workflow actually look like, from that first spark of an idea all the way to a finished video?
It's actually a beautifully simple three-step process. First, you just describe what you want. You could say something like, I need a 10-second intro with a logo that fades in. Easy enough. Second, Claude takes that description, looks at its instruction manual, and translates it into a structured plan. And finally, step 3, Remotion takes that plan and builds the final video. Describe, translate, build. That's it. It's really that straightforward. And this is where the real magic of this workflow kicks in. Say you want to make a change. You don't have to open up a timeline and start dragging things around. Nope. You just tell Claude, hey, actually make the logo bounce instead of fade. Claude just updates the blueprint, and Remotion instantly rebuilds the video with your change. It creates this incredibly fast and powerful feedback loop.
Now, this all sounds pretty amazing, I know, but it's really important to remember that this isn't a silver bullet. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution for every video out there. So let's talk about when this programmatic approach is the absolute right tool for the job.
This slide really gets to the heart of the difference. Most generative AI video is what we call probabilistic. It's basically guessing what the next pixels should look like. That's how you get those dreamlike, creative, but also kind of unpredictable results. This programmatic approach, though, is deterministic. That means it follows a set of rules, period. If you tell a blue square to move to the left, it is going to move to the left exactly as you said every single time. It's structured, it's reliable, and it's incredibly precise.
So where does an approach like this really shine? Well, it's absolutely perfect for explainers like this one, where you need that precise timing between what I'm saying and what you're seeing. It's a total game changer for data-driven videos, like maybe a weekly sales report where you just need to plug in new numbers. And it's fantastic for branded templates, letting you create tons of versions for different products or even different languages.
But on the flip side, it's just not the right tool for every job. For things like a vlog or a documentary or a short film, you rely on human intuition, right? That gut feeling for the emotional timing of a cut. A system based on code can't replicate that. It's all about planning and structure, not the kind of rapid-fire improvisation you'd need for, say, a breaking news story.
So when you boil it all down, this is really about changing how we think about AI's role in the creative process. It's about moving beyond the simple idea of just pressing a magic button and hoping for the best.
And this right here, this is the most important thing to take away from all of this. The goal isn't to replace your creativity. Not at all. It's to partner with AI, to let it handle all that tedious, structural, repetitive work for us. This frees you up, the creator, to focus on what actually matters, the story, the message, your unique creative vision.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What kind of amazing things could you create if you never had to worry about the tedious parts of video production again? What would you build if you had a technical partner ready to bring your vision to life exactly as you imagined it?